Though he takes me back to my youth. I was a great 5-year planner. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Until, actually, I don't know, maybe my 50s, and then I kind of dropped the plan. But for that part of my life, in fact, all of my life up until then, I always had a 5-year plan where I wanted to be. I think that's a youth thing. Are you like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why we've got to be so organised. It stresses me out. Like, I genuinely think it might set me up for failure if I go, I want this, this and this, or just disappointment. If I don't reach that target in 5 years, even though
you still have goals, right?
But I feel... Yeah, but that would be my goal. My 5-year plan would be, like, reaching those goals. And then if I hadn't reached it, I'd be like, what was the point? But I can't even look at my calendar for 2 weeks in advance.
Oh, really?
I'm someone that I just really have to just wake up and hope for the best.
We're lucky you're here today.
Do you know what I mean? It's a miracle.
Lots of people around you now saying, OK, Grace, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be next year? Where do you want to be in 5 years' time?
And if you're like me, you do need people around you like that. Otherwise, we just wouldn't do anything. Like, my management have to go, what do you want to do this year? I'll say this, this and this, and just never mention it to me again. Like, I can't have that stress of why it's March, why am I not doing this?
That's quite good, though, because that means you're living in the moment, right? Which is what everybody tells you should do.
Yeah.
I think it is a healthy thing. I mean, I don't think it was good for me because, exactly as you say, if I didn't hit this plan, which was basically a figment of my imagination, then you felt that you had failed in some way. So, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a positive thing, but it can also be a motivator. I mean, are you planners or not?
I mean, I want to do a little shout-out to Harry Styles, because I really like Harry Styles, and I think, you know, we were talking the other day about the manosphere and whatever, and I think for a young man like him to say what I want is, you know, good friendships, a committed relationship, I want to have children. I think that's a really good message to put out there, and to actually say it is something sometimes that you have to put yourself in the space to be receptive to. It's not just about meeting the right person.
That's a good point, actually, because actually maybe in the past, if I haven't put things like that out there, it might be lack of confidence of, well, if I say that, what if I don't meet somebody? What if I don't have a baby? So it could be a reluctance to admit what you truly want. But I would say I've always been a planner. It wouldn't be as specific as this has to happen in 5 years, but I would set my intentions. So I always knew I wanted to be, like, self-sufficient, independent. So there would be, like, financial goals of, like, moving out, getting a place. And I think as I've got older, I'm still ambitious, but I think my life planning is more for my children. So I might be saving up because I hope that if they want to go to uni, I can allow them to do that. You know, I'm planning their lives, but I'm not Kris Jenner. You know, it's not as exciting as those plans.
Yeah, but so it's pretty practical on your level.
Yeah, I think it's, like, more financial, practical. It's logistics. But I have my dreams, of course I do. And the older I get, I'm less shy to say that. And I think, actually, if you do want something in life, you should put it out there and be bold.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but if you make it out loud, then people are going to call you on it.
Yeah.
And then, but it's whether you say it yourself. I mean, I would have thought you were a planner, Jane.
I'm trying to think. I mean, back in the day, it's funny, I was thinking the other day, because I suppose when I was younger, I was ambitious. I wasn't particularly aware that I was ambitious, but I was very much like, OK, I've done this now, what am I going to do next? And that ambition has left me, and I don't know when it left me, but, oh, it's so nice.
I know.
But it's true.
I love not having ambition.
Because, like, it feels like you've said the same thing. Yeah. Like, why does something go away that you were so intent on? You know, if you were that person, what changes?
I think it's when my kids have got older, and it's interesting what you just said about your sort of almost planning for your children now. I get my joys now through what my kids are doing, and seeing them and advising them. Like, they might say, oh, you know, I want to do this, what do you think I should do? And I'll be like, well, this would be a good path to whatever, that sort of stuff. So I do that with them, but with me now, I'm channeling Grace. I'm in the moment.
Bring it on, Jen.
I'm in the moment.
It's not a bad
although I do envy the fact that you can be like, I'm going to do this, and you just put your mind to it. I feel like that's quite a nice way to live. You just sort of know,
I've always been like that.
You know your life.
Well, you hold yourself to account, don't you think? You know, if you put pen to paper and make a sort of bucket list, or you tell people, then it's accountability.
Yeah, but we are all different personalities. We're always going to approach life in a different way. And I mean, as you say, it's nice that Harry Styles says it's about family and relationships for him.
And putting yourself in, because he's obviously always on tour. So I think what he's saying is, I need to stay in one place at some point and do this stuff.
Yeah, but what I was going to say, what people might not expect about you is that was the one thing that you did want to make sure happened.
Yeah, I always wanted to have children, and I knew that, you know, we have a million things in life where we're like, we can do this then. Fertility is you know, it doesn't really wait for you. You might be lucky and be able to have... But so, yeah, when I was hit about 30, I was like, right, this is now when I need to have my first child.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was in a job where I'd been there a while. I knew I probably wanted to move, so I thought, OK, I'm going to have a baby now, maternity leave, and then I'll...
And did you inform the father-to-be?
I did, yes, he was on board.
Well, that's a lovely expression. Thank you very much.